Okay, good evening, guys. Can you please confirm? Can you hear me? Hi, good evening, Vijay, Vikas, Sanjay, Deepak. Hi, everyone. Hi. Superb. I hope everyone are doing good. So thank you very much for joining the sessions again. Hi, good evening. What a fantastic start. Okay. So guys, yesterday we were just talking about just my introduction, right? Those who are new today. So we were just talking about why, very basic about introduction about me. Those who are new today, so my name is Reyaz. So people call me Reyaz sir, and then I have 15 plus years of experience, and I will be the AWS trainer for you. And my core competency is mostly on AWS, DevOps, and all kind of operations. And that's it. So if you want to know more about me in Facebook, you just put AWS by Reyaz, you'll get to know more about me. Okay, so that was my quick intro. Those who were not there yesterday, let me share my screen first. Okay. Chiti, can you please confirm? Can you see my screen and can you hear me well? Super. Again, thank you very much for joining the sessions and appreciate. So as I promised, so today we will be talking about the basics, right? So guys, do you all agree that basics are important? It's super important, correct? So just guys, believe me, as I'm on interview, right, an interview panel, so I have been seeing so many candidates like they're lacking on the basics. Guys, if you're lacking on the basics, how do you do the troubleshooting, right? How do you do the troubleshooting? So that's the reason why in my course, especially, I will be starting everything from basics, very scratch. So whatever is required to make you hero on AWS, everything will be covered here. Okay, so as promised, let's, without any further delay, let's jump on to the topics. So, sure. So guys, all your general questions I'll be taking up at the end of the class as usual, right? So please concentrate on the topics today, okay? We'll talk on that, Sanjay, okay, at the end of the class. Okay. So today's topic is, guys, those who are very new, I'm just telling you guys, those who are experienced people, definitely for you, I would assume this is the basics for you and you have to be a little bit patient, but I'm sure that this will be really, really helpful for you. And it is like brushing up again your basics. Okay. So let's talk about client server architecture. Guys, you have to concentrate here. Okay. So, okay, in the chat, those who have missed my yesterday's class, it was about the introduction. You can just save the YouTube link. You can take it up. I'll talk about that, Jahanavi, at the end of the class, okay? Okay, guys. So let's talk about this basic client server architecture first. Before we talk about so much of thing, like, cloud, that, these AWS and all things, first of all, we should know the very, very basics, which is this client server architecture. So in your opinion, in your mind, can you tell me, if I ask you a question, what is a client? Can you tell me, Chitti, what is a client based on your thought? What do you say? What is a client? You can take an example that every day that we use. Okay, you just whatever you comes to your mind, just put it. Okay, so people say that whom you work for, customer, mhm, who gives the work for us, consumer, client is God, huh, Manoj? Okay, who needs some resource. Okay, so so I'm not talking about, okay, if an interviewer asks you, okay, what is a client? So is that about that he's talking about the customer or the person who is giving the project to you? Why he is interested on that? So can you tell me one example, real-time example, which we use daily? Okay. So now, okay, sure. I'll take our daily life example here. Every day, guys, every day we work on the browser. Can we say browser is a client, an example for the client? Chiti? Yes, everyone agree? Can we say browser is a client? Yes, browser is one of the clients that we deal every day, correct? So I open the browser, right? I open the browser and I hit, what do we hit? We hit example google.com. So here a browser is a client. So what browser is requesting Chitti here? Browser is requesting google.com. Agree, everyone? Browser is requesting google.com. So browser can also request yahoo.com. Browser can also request facebook.com. Browser can also request many websites, right? Instead of going and telling each and every website names, can we simply say client, meaning which request a resource? Chidi, agree? Keep it simple. Do you remember our principle, guys? Client. What is client? And we say which requests a resource. Chidi, everyone agree? It in very simple way. The client meaning which request a resource. Okay, you open the browser and you type google.com. Guys, there should be some other guy on the other end who will be responding to your request. Nah? Chidi, who is that? You open the browser, you type google.com. And there should be someone on the other side who will be responding to that particular request. Nah? Yes, remember that is server. Yesterday I was asking this question. Yesterday I was asking this question, what is server? And you guys are saying which stores the data, which that and this, and someone says dabba, someone there's a box, someone say that a big machine. No, if someone interviewer asks you what is a server, then you can easily quickly say that, what do you say? Server meaning here, which respond to that, which respond to the request. Can we say this? Agree, everyone? This is a server. So whenever you ask something from the client, so this will go all the way here to the server, and server will be responding back to the client. Chiti, everyone agree, Chiti? Yes. That is our common scenario, correct? You take any client, your mobile is your client, your browser is a client, and then whichever you take, you open something, you're requesting something, right? That would be the client. And the other end, who will be responding to that particular request, that guy would be the server. So if any interviewers ask you this question, like what is a client, then you can say that which request a resource, and server meaning which respond to that request. Even though in very simple way, I can say that client meaning which is a guy who is always asking, and server meaning giving. Agree, Chiti? Hmm? Let's start from baby steps. The client which is always asking, and the server which is always giving. Okay. So now, in order to talk to this, communicate with each other, do you all agree they should be in network? They both should be inside the network. Did you agree? They both should be in the network. Yes, they both should be in the network. So now, can you tell me in network, can you list down few components in the network that you know today? What are there in the network? Can you list down? Okay. Can you list down? You have server, you have switch, you have firewall, you have router. Tell me, what are the things that you know on the network? Protocols, okay. IP address. Have you heard about firewalls? All these things we'll learn. But just whatever you comes in your mind, just tell me those things. So yes, so we see printer, we see hub, we see router, we see switch, we see gateways. So many things are there on the network, correct? Okay. Is it possible for us every time to go and say that that particular thing is a server or a client? Is that possible for us to? Okay, let's take printer. GT printer. So printer is a client or a server? GT printer is a client or a server? Some people say server, some people say client. Guys, why do we why do we take stress? So instead of calling each and everything as a client or server, can we simply call it as device in the network? Can I say this? Let's see. Device can be either a client or a server. Agree today? Agree with this line? So instead of calling each and everything by name on the network, can you simply call it as device? Yeah, that device can be either a client or it can be a server. Simple. Are you getting? Is this clear, Chitty? Clear? CC? Non-IT guys put NCC. Non-IT, are you okay, ma'am? So we are specially going from the basics. Okay? No need to fear nothing. We'll go step by step, baby steps. It's okay. We spend some time on fundamentals. All good? Nice. Slowly we'll go. So we know what is client. Client meaning which request a resource. Server meaning which respond to that request or to that resource. Simple. So now we know what is client and now we know what is server. So have you heard about there are different types of client server architectures? City, have you heard about that? If you know yes, put yes, otherwise no, no. Simple. Yes or no? So mostly people say no. So let's talk about that. So before guys, without knowing all these things, how the hell you guys will go and learn, work on big things? For that reason, I choose this like to start everything from basic. Let's learn. So there are three types of client server architectures. How many, Chiti? Three types. We call it as one tier, two tier, and then three tier. Can you please write down on the chat box? It's always good. Guys, I would like to be very interactive. If you guys are very interactive, I'll be very, I can give more things. Anyways, you are interactive. That's good. But yes, one tier, two tier, and three tier. How many client server architectures are there? Three types. What are those? What are those? One tier, two tier, and three tier. Let us go slowly, simply, smoothly now, one by one. What is this one tier, two tier, and three tier? Which one we are using at the moment in our industry, and which one are useful for us? Okay, Chiti? Right. So now let's go with one tier architecture. Let's go with one tier architecture. Let's go. Smooth as butter. Slowly, aram se. One tier architecture. So in one tier architecture, as the name says, one tier, there will be only one. So in one tier architecture, there will be only one layer. How many layers will be there in one tier architecture, Chiti? Only one layer. Only one layer. Okay. Should I give an example of this one tier architecture, which is very simple to understand? Okay. So now I take your laptop. Chiti, laptop. Whose laptop is this? Okay, I take this laptop. Nikhil's, huh? Okay, this is Nikhil's laptop. Laptop. Okay. Which one? Dell, huh? Sir, HP, which one? Dell. Okay. Let's say this is Reyaz's laptop. Dheeraj. Okay. I love that. So now this is Nikhil's laptop. So just imagine this guy is a developer. You know who is developer? See who is developer? Developer meaning who develops the code. Correct? Okay. Now let's say I'm assume that he is a developer. So guys, whatever he develop, he will be okay. That's a spelling mistake. That's fine. So whatever the development that he develops, that will be developing in his laptop only. Did you agree? Whatever the application, whatever the website that he is developing, he will be developing inside his laptop. Bolo bhai? Yes, right? He will be developing in the laptop. Okay. So now this website has to be accessed by everyone now in the world. So what Nikhil will do is, Nikhil will go inside the laptop and then he will be running his application on localhost. Have you heard about the name called localhost? Localhost meaning which is local to this laptop. Localhost meaning, so instead of accessing the website throughout the internet, he will be accessing the website inside his laptop only. So now tell me, if it is working like this, can anyone from outside can able to access his application if he's a localhost? Everyone should answer this. City, can we able to access this outside from internet? No. If it is not able to access from internet, is there any use of having this website in his local laptop? Bolo? No. You can call as local host or local machine, anything is fine. So no one is connecting from outside. So this laptop itself is acting as a client and this itself is acting as a server. So guys, the laptop itself is acting as a client and the laptop itself is acting as server. Can you tell me this kind of architecture or this kind of model will be useful in our real-time environments? You tell me. You tell me today. Let's have a friendly discussion. This will definitely not be useful. So when I say it is dead, this one tier architecture is dead. Yes, it is dead. So we no need to spend more time on this one tier architecture because it is dead. No one is using this because of no use. So in this one layer, the client itself, this machine will be acting as a client and this same machine will be acting as a server, which is of no use. Now let's take two-tier architecture. What's the difference between both of them and how this will be useful for us? Next thing is two-tier architecture. In two-tier architecture, we have two layers. How many layers are there? Everyone? Two layers are there. One is called client layer and another one we call it as server layer. Everyone write down? Client layer and server layer. There are two layers. What are those? Client layer and server. Guys, when we are learning, right? When we are learning, we should consider as a students. I understand you guys are experienced people, big people. That's fine. When we are learning from someone, we should be always be acting as a student. I'm also like a student, right? So let's learn in that way. So we have two types of layers here. In two-tier architecture, there are two layers. What are those? Client layer and then server layer. Very good. So on the server layer, meaning I have a server here today. See, interesting. See here. I have a server here. This is the server. This is the server. So inside the server, obviously, you have few things, right? You have a hardware on it. Inside your server, guys, you have a hardware. On top of it, you have operating system. Yes or no? Yes. We have a hardware. On top of it, what we have? Operating system. We have operating system. Okay. On top of it, what we do, what we put? We put our applications. Yes or no? We put our applications. Yes. Everyone agree? Application. So now, and this application, just assume this application is developed in our Java or .NET or Python, etc. Any language is fine. Consider this application is developed in Java, .NET, Python. Somehow we have the application. Okay. And when I consider this as a server, and this server will have a capacity, let's say, for example, 4 GB RAM is there, and then we have 2 CPUs. We have 2 CPUs, and then let's say 50 GB hard disk. Right? 50 GB hard disk. Getting it? Okay. So now I have put my application, right? I have put my application. Guys, if in order to work this application, we need to have the database also. We need to have a database. Yes or no? Yes, we need to have a database. So what I did, give me a few examples of the database that you know already. Database. Just give names. You have MySQL, you have Oracle, right? So we have MS SQL, etc. We have so many databases like this. Okay. Now I have the application hosted on my server, and also I have my database also inside the same server. Okay, inside the same server. So now the clients will be connected to this application, correct? We have the clients here. Tell me, Chiti, do we need to really worry about these clients, those who are connecting? We have already aired our application, right? We have aired our application. It is working throughout the internet. Now tell me, do we need to really worry about the clients? How many people are connecting and all? I need answers. No need. No need. All these people, what they do is they will be connecting. All these people, they will be connecting to this server. Okay, Chiti. I have to be very perfect. So everyone are connecting here to this server. So do we need to really worry on the client layer? No. We host the application and the clients will be connected to this application. That's it. So we don't need to bang our heads on client layer. Okay. Now, Chiti, now, how much is the RAM for this server? How much is the RAM for this server? Everyone? 4 GB RAM, right? So now we have the 4 GB RAM and we have the application and database inside it. And application will say to the server, hey, operating system, hello, boss, macha. Hello, operating system. You have 4 GB, understand. Give me 2 GB, allocate me 2 GB RAM because I'm the application. I need more memory. Whenever these applications started, demanding the operating system that they need 2 GB RAM, this database will keep quiet? No. Database also will give a dhamki or saying that, hey, Khabardar, be careful. I also need 2 GB RAM. Guys, the server has only 4 GB RAM, right? If application is taking 2 GB RAM and database is taking 2 GB RAM, what will happen? Okay, so what will happen? Do you all agree that there will be a big fight will happening between between all these things? What will happen? A big fight will be happening for the resources. Guys, if the fight is happening between this thing, a big fight will be happening. When the fight is happening inside the server for these resources, can you tell me who is the most affected person? Client. So now tell me, what are the things that client will say to you? So if the fight is happening, what will happen? You will use the word called crash. If the fight is happening, what will happen? Tell me. Just put your words, guys. You'll say crash. You'll say down, hang. What will happen? You'll say slow. You'll say gone. You'll say bad performance. And you'll say unreachable. Unreachable. Yeah, huh? Glitch. Okay. Freeze. What will happen to the server? And then you'll say no response from the server. Performance issues. Server down. Server down or server busy. Right? Not responding. So guys, we will be using all these words. So do you, so SBS is lunch break. Okay. So yeah. So now, do you all understood now why you will get these kind of things? What is the reason behind it in the backend now? So guys, because of the fight that is happening for the resources. Now, is it good to keep Tom and Jerry in the same room? Tell me. Is it good to keep Tom and Jerry in the same room? I would consider this application is as a Tom and database as a Jerry. So now tell me, is it recommended to keep application and database on the same machine? I need answers from everyone. Is it recommended to keep the application and database on the same machine? Definitely no. So if you keep application and database in the same machine, what will happen? What will happen? What is the answer? Yes. Crash, hang, slow, bad performance, the fight will start. And for that reason, we don't keep application and database in the same machine. Do you all agree with this link, with these things? You will get it, mother. Just hold on. Getting it? Chitty, is this clear till here, everyone? Slowly. Non-IT, okay, ma? All guys, is right? Smooth as butter. Okay, good. Okay, now you tell me this answer. You tell me this. Is it recommended to keep this architecture in the production environment? What is your answer? A big no. So, first of all, do you know what is production environment? Okay, so those who don't know what is production environment, I'll just give a simple example. Okay, so guys, many of you were playing PUBG, right? Remember PUBG? Huh? Okay, so you have your phone with you in your hands. Who is playing PUBG? Is it still available? No, huh? Acha, I don't know. So let's say, for example, who is there? Uh, Rohan. I take Rohan. Okay, so let's say Rohan, he opened his he he opened his mobile, right? And he opened PUBG game. He's playing PUBG. But you all agree, whenever he opened PUBG on his phone, do you all agree that he will be connecting in the backend to a PUBG server? Chitty, let's go into technical things. Yes, he will be going and connecting to the PUBG server. Okay. So I still remember when PUBG was very new and my sister's kid. All of a sudden, in the midnight, he started screaming, "Someone is killing me! Don't kill!" And "Ore, aajao, idhar aajao, mar raha hu main." I'm like, so I got scared, and when I opened his blanket, he's bloody playing that PUBG. So of course I gave him 2 slaps, but the thing is, yes. So I never played, yeah, Macha. I never played, but yeah, that's fine. So the thing is, that was really crazy. So, so see back, huh? Okay. So okay, now come back here. So he will be connecting to the PUBG server in the backend, and he will get the response back to the on his phone from the PUBG server. Okay. So in this PUBG, you will have a nice weapons, no? Weapons. You have a nice weapons. Okay, now let's say, for example, guys, PUBG meaning that is a game that will be developed by some developer only, no? So there will be a developer here. There will be a developer here. Hmm? There will be a developer. So who will be developing this PUBG game? So, correct. So he is a developer who is developing the PUBG game. Good. And now developer has developed a nice, good weapon. Tell me, Chiti, what is that weapon that you guys use? What is that? M4, what is it? M416. I don't know. I just take it. Okay, AK-47. Okay, AK-47. So he has developed a nice weapon, AK-47. So now he has developed a nice weapon, and he want to make this weapon available to you on the phone. You tell me, can the developer directly can he push to the PUBG server which is live, which you guys are accessing that server? Chiti? No. Enduku? Why? Kaiku? Kaiku? Why? Why don't he push directly to this server? Because all the clients, including you, are connecting to this environment, this server, this live environment. So this live environment, which are connected by you directly, is called prod environment, production environment. Do you all understand what is production environment? Production environment meaning which the client is accessing directly. That is production environment. So what would be the ideal scenario now? So developer has developed the application here. He has modified the application. So first of all, what he do? He do the development in dev environment. Correct? He will develop environment. He develop in the dev environment. And now, as you said, it is not good to push directly to the prod environment. Where does he push now? Where does he push? Experienced people, tell me. Where does he push? He push it in test environment. Correct? So you have so many multiple environments. You may call it as a pre-pod environment, sandbox, or UAT, or etc. Right? QA. There's so many environments are there. So they develop this in dev environment. They do the testing and they push it to the pre-pod, and all the testing will be happening there. Once everything is good, then only they will be pushing into this prod environment. Guys, this is how we should be doing it in our actual real time. Right? This course, whatever we learn, everything is real time only. Agree, experienced people? Are we talking good? Can you please back me up here, please? Are we talking good? These are all important to know. Yes, see here. So that's the reason. Without knowing all these things, Macha, how do you go and learn and do the troubleshooting? How do you call you as a AWS engineer? So that's the reason why let's have a strong fundamentals. So now everyone understood what is production environment, test environment, dev environments, and then what is this two-tier architecture? Okay, good. So finally, let me ask you this question. Is it recommended to keep application and database in the same machine? It is not recommended to have application and database on the Same machine. Okay, let me give you one small example. Today, I have Vikas here. I have Vikas. So Vikas is my teammate. I'm the manager. Okay. And I got one small project and I want to do a POC, proof of concept. That meaning I want to make some, what do you call, to build up this first environment. So I gave this project, I gave this task to Vikas. Vikas, can you please develop this task and do the POC, proof of concept? That meaning do this, set up the stuff. And can Vikas can come to me and ask, hey, Riyaz sir, can you give me one server for application? Can you give me one more server for database? Can you give me one more server for security? Can you give me one more server for that and this? Hmm? Will I give those many servers to him? I don't. I don't. I will never give this kind of like these many servers to him. And guys, I will give him only one server and I'll say that because whatever you do, do it on the same machine. Can we say that that is a test environment? Can we say that is a test environment? So now you tell me this two-tier architecture can be used in the test environments or dev environments? Answer is yes. Answer is yes. So guys, this two-tier architecture is good for test environment or dev environment. So is it good for production environment? A big no for prod. No, big no for prod. And what is the disadvantage of having two-tier architecture? Is very simple to set it up. Everything dump on the same machine. Okay, but just in case, guys, if any boochie comes here, booching meaning hacker. If any hacker hacks your machine, what will happen? Your developers, day and night, they did the coding, right? They simply take away, they hack the code, and also the database, whatever the data you have in the database, they can also hack because application and database are both are on the same machines. Is that good? Is that good, this two-tier architecture? No. So this might be okay in a dev environment or test environment. So we have been discussing so much of thing in two-tier architecture. Did we discuss anything on the client side? Do we need to worry about the client? No need to worry. No need to worry. Is this clear till here, everyone? Is this clear till here, everyone? Non-IT, everyone, all good? Super. Excellent. Now, so now we know what is one tier. Okay, why we no need to worry. So guys, here, let's say Madhu, I'll give an example. You are accessing Google. So does the Google company need to worry about you, that how many times that you are accessing and what time you are accessing and all? No, he has put his application on the internet and lakhs, millions of people started connecting it. So we no need to worry on the client side much. But let us go a little bit more deeper, and we, of course, guys, we need to do the capacity manage planning and all, but slowly we'll go into that. Okay, now let's go into the, what is the next architecture what we have today? Three-tier architecture. Sir, you said one-tier architecture is dead. Sir, you said, and two-tier architecture, basically, two-tier architecture is used for the dev environments or test environment. Sir, which one is used for production environment? So we have this three-tier architecture. Okay, we have this three-tier architecture. In three-tier architectures, how many layers will be there? How many layers will be there? 3 layers will be there. What are those? So client layer. Okay. And then here we have something called application layer. and then we have here database layer. So what are the how many layers are there? We have 3 layers. What are those, Chiti? So we have client layer, application layer, and then database layer. Client layer, application layer, and then database layer. So why we have separated this? So now you just told that in two-tier architecture, is it recommended to keep application and database on the same machine? What was your answer? Answer was no. Answer was no. Tom and Jerry cannot be placed in the same room. And that's the reason why we are separating now application server and then database server into different machines. Okay, now, guys, very important, see. And by the way, this can also be called as, in other words, this can also be called as presentation layer. And this can also call it as business logic layer. And this one also call it as data layer. Developers, yes or no? In developers language, yes, this can be called as like this. And now this is the applications. Okay, guys, this is the application server. Tell me now, in the interview, ask what is application server? What is your answer? In interview, they ask what is application server? Give me some answers. So let us keep it very simple. Okay, let us keep it very simple. Application server meaning it's very, very simple, guys. You don't need to bang your heads on it. Application server meaning simply you can say that the server which has application hosted. Simple. The server which has application hosted is called application server. Agree? In simple case, keep it simple. Today, application server meaning the server, right? The server which has application hosted is called application server. Okay, now I'll keep here the database now. We'll come to that point slowly, Aram say one by one. So we have this. So we have hardware. On top of it, we have operating system. Okay, see here, guys. So can I say these two are different machines? So each machine has this, assume that it has 4 GB RAM, and this also having 4 GB RAM. And in my application server, I put my application here. And this application might be developed in which one? In Java, or it can be developed in .NET, Python, etc. in whichever language. So, and we have the database here. So, can I copy this all the clients instead of drawing everything here? So now I copy this. So in client layer, we have all the clients here. Do you all agree, guys? Now all the clients will be connected to this application server. Because this is how we'll be designing in your real time. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay, now. So if anyone asks you what is database server, what do you say? Okay. What is database server? Let's put that in, sir. Okay. The server which has simple database installed, or you can say that the server which stores the data is called database server. Getting it? Keep it simple. Keep it simple, guys. Okay, now all the clients are connecting, guys. All the clients are getting connected to this application server, and these application servers are getting connected to the database server. Yes or no? And database server will be sending the data back to the application server. Okay. Now, question for you here is, can I say application server is a device today? Can we say application server is a device? Okay, now or can I call it as host machine? Yes. So can you tell me two devices will be communicating with each other using what? How does this application server is getting connected to the database server? How? Using? You guys? Using? No. How does this application server are getting connected with the database server? So guys, every machine will have its own IP address and host name. Agree? Every machine will have its own IP address and host name. Can we say that device communicate with each other in the network with IP address and host name? Chiti, agree with that? Devices communicate with each other in the network with IP and host name. Okay, now the question here is, what is IP now? Chiti, what is IP? Bolo. Guys, what is IP? See, basics. What is IP? Okay, the full form of IP is internet protocol. That is good. IP meaning I put it as internet protocol. But what is the definition of this? So can we say, so this is a problem, right? So can we say it's an IP address is an unique identifier for a device in the network? Can we say that? IP address is a unique identifier for a device in the network. Let's say, for example, we all have Aadhaar cards, correct? We all have Aadhaar card number. So tell me, this Aadhaar card number is unique or not? Yes, it is unique, correct? It is unique. So I can call you with your name, which is in that Aadhaar card, correct? I call it as Mahira, I call it as Tulsi, I call it as Rajendra. Yes, you guys will reply. And can I also call as with the Aadhaar card number also? Yes. So here also in the network, guys, each and every server or a host will have IP address and host name. They will respond if you call them with the IP address, they will respond. If you call them with the host name also, they will respond. What is IP address? Now I'll say IP meaning IP is a unique identifier for a device in the network. Do you all agree with this definition? Simple. Simple. And what is host name? Host name meaning simply name of the server. What is the host name, everyone? Name of the server. Host name meaning name of the server. You're getting it? Okay, now question for you. How does two devices communicate with each other with? Two devices communicate with each other with? What is the answer? With IP address. Write down IP address or host name. So what is IP address? You can put as is a unique identifier. What is that? What is an IP address? IP address meaning it's a unique identifier for a device in the network. Chiti, what is the host name? Host name meaning name of the server. What is that? Host name meaning name of the server is called the host name. Is it clear till here, everyone? Slowly. Smooth as butter. Everyone able to understand? Non-IT? All good till here? Super. Super. Slowly. Okay. Now one question for you guys. Now one question for you. Put that in to everyone, Rajendra. Everyone will understand. Okay. So now, guys, this is a very important question. Please try to answer. Okay. All your clients are getting connected to which server? All your clients are getting connected to which server? Everyone? Application server. Very good. Good. Now, this application server should be in public network or private network? Tell me, what is your answer? Okay. So you are saying it should be in public. Okay, I put it in public. Good. Okay. If this application server, if you make it public, that meaning everyone will able to connect to your application server. What is there in your application server? In your application server, you have your code. As you put it on the public network, can they steal your code as it is in public? Possible. Now you tell me, is it recommended to keep this application server in public or private? Now changing your answer. Huh? Okay, I'll take it as private. Super. Database server, anyways, there is no chance, no question. They should be on private. Okay. Now I keep this application server on private. Guys, if something is really private, can anyone from internet can access the private server from internet? No. Hey, what macha? When I ask you, can you make it public? You said no. And can you make it private? Again, you are saying no. Then what is the thing here? How does the clients will able to connect to the application server then? Tell me. See, where are the basics? All right. So guys, definitely this application server should be inside the private network only. There is no way you can expose this application server to the public. So let me remove this egg chutki sindur. Okay. So now I cannot put this application server to the public. I should keep it in private. Then how come all the clients will be able to access my application server? So guys, for this, we are introducing one more component here. And that guy name is anyone? Web server. What is that? Everyone? What is that? Everyone write down. Web server. What is that? Web server. As we cannot expose this application server directly to the internet, what do we keep in front of it? We keep it as a web. We keep the web server. What is this web server? Okay, I'll keep this web server as public. What is this web server, guys? Simply, what does it do? It doesn't do anything. Simply takes requests. It simply takes the request and redirect to the application server. Simply, it will take the request and redirect to the application server. Does this web server has any code inside it? Remember, there is no code. It has only few configurations. Now, can you keep this web server as a public? So everyone will be connected to the web server and the web server will be connected to the application server in the backend. So guys, this is a perfect certification or interview question. So whenever someone asks you what is web server, what is your answer? So answer would be which takes the request and redirect or route to the application server. Simple as that. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. And your application server should be always in which subnet? Application server should be always in private. Don't expose to public. That is not good idea, Srija. Okay, now I'll give some examples of this. So I'll give the examples. So guys, web server meaning, have you heard about Apache or Nginx? Nginx, Apache, HTTPD, all this will come under, all these things will come under web server. So in application server, have you heard about Tomcat, IAS? All this will come under application server. Guys, now you understood? Now you understood how this 3-tier architecture. So guys, now, sir, you said client layer, application layers, database layer. Sir, you have 3. Now it has become 4 because web server added. Is it 4-tier architecture? No. Guys, we call it as entire architecture. What is this called? Entire. For the security purpose, we can keep on adding, we can keep it adding the layers. So all these things we will be doing the practicals in coming days in our course. Now tell me, is it recommended? Do you recommend this environment, this architecture for production environment? 100% yes. It is good for prod environment. That's everyone understood now? So now you understood which is not, we should not do, and which is doable, which is secure, which is not secure, and how to architect it, how to set it up, right? How questions we'll do in the practicals, but now you should understand the fundamentals and basics. Now you all understood the differences between what is this 1-tier, 2-tier, 3-tier, everyone? Is that clear till here, everyone? Okay, now quick questions, guys, quick questions. I want everyone to answer it in the chat. Okay, so how we have learned, you have to answer like that only. Okay, so what is a client? What did we learn? What is a client? What is a client? Which requests a resource. Super. And what is a server? Which responds to that particular request. Super. So can we call devices as either client or a server? Answer is yes. How many client server architectures are there? 3. What are those? 1-tier, 2-tier, and 3-tier. Fantastic. Which one is dead? We are not talking about which one is dead. 1-tier. Are we going to use this 1-tier anywhere? Nope. And coming to the 2-tier. In 2-tier, how many layers are there? 2 layers. What are those? Client layer and the server layer. Superb, superb. And then do we need to really worry about the client layer now? Nope. In server layer, we are keeping application and database in the same machine in 2-tier architecture, correct? Yes. But is it recommended to keep application and database in the same machine? Nope. What will happen if you keep application and database in the same machine? It will crash or you will have the performance issues. Do you recommend this 2-tier architecture for production environment? Do you understand what is production environment? Do you know the differences between production environment, dev environment, test environment? So is 2-tier architecture is secure? Super. And then coming to the 3-tier architecture. In 3-tier architecture, how many layers are there? 3 layers. What are those? Superb. Client layer, application layer, and database layer. Excellent. Do we need to really about the presentation layer? That means client layer? No. So in 3-tier architecture, do you all agree that we are separating application layer and database servers into different machines? Yes. If we separate application server and database server, is there any chance of having the fight? Do we have a Tom and Jerry in the same room here? We are keeping it aside. What is application server? What is application server? The server which has application hosted is called application server. Fantastic. What is database server? Where the database has been installed. Okay, question. Devices communicate with each other using with IP address and host name. Fantastic. What is IP address? It's a unique identifier in the for a device network. What is the host name? Name of the server. Fantastic. So do you keep this application server in public network or private network? Do you keep database server in public or private? Is it recommended to keep this application server in public network? Is it secure to keep it like that? No. So what do you recommend to have another component in before application server? Web server. Can you put this web server in public network? Yes. Do you have any code in the web server? Nope. So all the clients will be connected to the web server. Yes. What does the web server do? It will redirect the request to the application server. Acha, what is this? Super, yaar. What? See, excellent, guys. How did you answer all these things? Right? You're able to understand? Is it injecting in your brain? Is it injecting in your brain? Yes. This is bloody fundamentals, man. So I'll keep this bloody AWS in your brains like this. You don't need to even do the revision. Believe me. Keep it simple. Superb. Excellent, guys. I'm really amazed with your answers and all. Okay. So now, Chiti, see here. One important thing. See here. Now we know what is client, we know what is server, we know what are the client server architectures, we know the differences and all. In one day we have learned so much. Okay. So now I said client is communicating directly to the server. But okay, tell me one thing. When no one is there in your home, you open the laptop, you open the browser, and you typed google.com. What are you, sir? Who are you, sir? What are you talking, sir? But yeah, for example, you open google.com. So have you ever thought after hitting google.com on the browser, have you really thought what is happening in the backend? Chapandi, really tell me. Have you ever thought what is happening in the backend? What we do is, whenever you hit to google.com or any website, within fraction of seconds, if it is not coming to you, you will start saying the name. Sorry, that mummy, this mummy, uska mummy, this Google, that mummy, and all. Right? Yes or no? But imagine you are opening Google page. Tomorrow, you are working for a company and your application, which is deployed by you, is accessing by the customer. Customer also, he closed the door and he opened the browser, wanted to see your website or wanted to see your application, which is handling by you. And if your website is not coming up within the fraction of seconds, then what you do? They'll also scold you only, no? Yes or no? Right? So you should understand, now you should know what is happening between this client and the server, correct? You should know, right? You should know what is happening between this gap. If you know this, what will happen is you will be good in troubleshooting skills. City, anyone can learn, but the thing is you should get the troubleshooting skills. That is very important. So tomorrow what we're going to do is we will learn what is happening in the backend. We'll cover some networking topics. Okay. Okay, so now don't leave the class, Maja. Don't leave the class until I say final CC. Okay, so now questions. You can ask any general questions now because these questions will be helpful for others. Neelima is asking what is CC? CC meaning crystal clear. If you understood the topic, put CC. Is YouTube an application server? Yes, YouTube is an application which is hosted on application server. Correct. Next, notes. Yes, all the PPTs will be shared. But but once the batch is fixed, then we'll start sharing the notes. So what is the difference between the Microsoft Azure and AWS? Both are cloud providers, and you can see the yesterday link where AWS is grabbing the entire market. Both are cloud providers, okay, but it's very hard to see the differences, but we'll talk slowly one by one. Course fees, registrations. Thanks for like many people are asking, sir, where to register, how to register. Admins they will contact you, or let's we still have demo classes. Let's see. Okay. So WhatsApp, it was amazing lecture, sir. Thank you, Ma. AWS easy to learn. Madhu, how is going today? If you're able to understand, AWS is easy with me. Next, I'm from Nepal. Nice to meet you, Rajendra. Why can't we put database application in the same box? Because you will have Sanjay, because you have the resources capacity resources issue. Because if the main server has only 4 GB RAM, so application should have some memory, no? So we cannot keep, because the resources will be shared, the memory will be shared, and the performance will go bad. Yesterday recording, please. Admin, if you are here, can you put yesterday's link? Nowadays, which layer? Venkatesh, nowadays which we are reloading, 3 tier only. Yes, Wajid Ali, you can. Next, is it possible as a job as a fresher in Of course, yes. Ravi Kumar, yes. For database learner, can AWS class help? 100% yes, because we have the database topics also, Biswajit. Entire and Shivani, entire meaning here, you can see as of now, we see client layer, application database layer, but we also put web server layer also, right? So based on the security, you can implement any kind of layers. That's why we call it as entire. Shivani is for you. How can we increase RAM? We'll see in coming days. Same, Madhu, you will be a little bit hectic, right? So if you can manage, you can do it. But first go with AWS. How many days per week the actual classes? Monday to Saturday. Nice session, Reyaz. I think I am on the right place to learn AWS. Yogesh, of course, you are with the right person and right place. Thank you for that, for understanding. For networking, AWS, guys, AWS is universal. I'm telling you this. So irrespective of your domains, AWS is everywhere in each and every domain. If you learn AWS, it is plus only. Nowhere it will go minus or negative. It will improve your skills. It will add value to your profile, right? So network engineers, database developers, whoever it is, right? It's very important or to learn AWS. Not me. Let experienced people. Can you please put you some light here? How about learning AWS? How important is nowadays in our industry? Right. Thank you. The way you teach is extraordinary, sir. Thank you. Sandeep Reddy. So guys, those who want to send ask or personal, I am sharing my email ID. You can mail me. I will respond on your emails if you want. Okay, that's my email. Total duration of the course, 55 days to 60. Depends. What are the prerequisites? Nothing is required. Biswajit, come dial daily like this. Excellent presentation, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Srikanth. Is the whole course fee, sir? Yes. What type of data is stored in data? Any kind of data. We need offline session as well. Not now. Is this course sufficient for associate certification? 100% yes. Is it Gmail or Ymail? It's Ymail only. For freshers, can I get a job in AWS? 100% yes. Guys, it's not me. Just put it in LinkedIn, Google, in Naukri. No, you will get it. And many people are asking, we'll take care of now, Sheen. Okay. So course content, whatever is required for the solution architect, that will be covered. Okay. That will be covered. Don't worry. Just leave it on me. I always say that give me a chance and take a chance. There are so many labs, practicals will be covered. Okay. We'll provide the PDFs. Yes, you have to apply separately. Okay. Total time 55 days. So guys, my class, you can keep, this will be like until 4 years of experience, we can use it. So we'll cover that much deep until 4 years of experience. 1 hour, Himanshu. Any. So application server should be always in private because because we have the code there, we have some secrets there, we have our code written by our developers that cannot make it public, right? So they can steal our code. That is DevOps, Sri. Excellent presentation, sir. That's why I'm waiting your classes. Thank you, Ma Tulsi. Really like your teaching. Honestly, you got amazing teams. Thank you, Mahira. Thank you, very well explained. Thank you. Great. So guys, I'll be still taking all your questions and you randomly joined. It was amazing. Thank you. Guys, my sessions are much more interactive than offline sessions. You will not regret. I'm a bit different. Sure. Super. So will you miss class tomorrow? Tomorrow we'll be continuing the networking topics with interesting stories. Will you miss class? Will you miss the class? Let's see. I'm putting the reverse question. Will you miss the class? Definitely no. I know. Never, huh? Excellent, guys. I'm getting so many messages on the emails to that. So for the wonderful sessions, guys, thank you very much. So we definitely will kill this AWS. Just trust me. Okay. Can you give me the final CC for today? Oi, smile. CC with smile, please. AWS CC after your classes. Sure. Yes. CC with smile, please. Great, it is. Great. So that is all, guys, for today. And I'll see you tomorrow with the next wonderful topic. Until then, take care. Bye-bye. Have a nice day. And see you tomorrow on the same link, same time. Don't miss a class. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.